Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, yeah. Old Dutty Corna, boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming. Whoa, yeah. Old Dutty Corna, boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming. Slapping away granny and pitney with impunity, like you are God Almighty. But that's not so. Oh no. I hope when your time comes, they show you no pity. Murder you just like you murder people on the street every day. Old Dutty Corna, boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming. Whoa, yeah. Old Dutty Corna, boy. Your day is coming. Your day is coming.
Ring the alarm, another youth gone. Open up the scriptures, make we chant another psalm. Them dirty boy and not come. Them a worship fire. Killing all the baby we just born. Another song of tribulation. I come to sing too much bloodshed. Bloodshed on the rhythm. Them glorifying the gun thing. I teach the youth them gun sling. See another bother balling. We are one them.
Old Dutty Corna, boy.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what Gwan. A blessed and wonderful Friday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, to the name Friday the day when Mr. Smile pan some of the ones and ones them pocket. So whilst out there traversing these streets from Moran Point to the Grill Point, as always, my peeps, safe travel, pan the gravel, and continuously look out on the corner yai Kaswa, the old Dutty Corna boy them, always out there. Alerts, yeah man, may I tell you. So in the morning, my peeps, we gonna kick it off over there in the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Catherine North Police Division. But just so you know, I gonna drop a next vlog later. We gonna talk about what going round pan the gully side there, so in a cassava piece where they too got their own mass knockings and clappings, leaving one female confirmed lifeless, no longer among the land of the living, and a man said to be the intended target, hanging on to dear life by a thread, presently on life support in intensive care, and 4 others nursing some whole heap of corn-up wounds, still not out of the woods yet, but they are considered to be stable. My peeps, the thing rough. Yeah, man. So back to what is happening in the St. Catherine North Police Division. The police attached to that police division gave us, the regular members of Chan Public, a 2-for-1 deal in a Spanish town, We are going to focus more on one of the criminal elements that is no longer among the land of the living, rightfully so, but we are going to give a little synopsis on the other. Now, the criminal element that we are talking about is one identified by his alias as Ganja, said to be from the troubled, war-torn community of Marchpen. Now, Ganja was a foot soldier of the now deceased era leader for the Top Banks community, the Top Banks faction of the Klansman gang. Now, he was taken out yesterday as he faced off with members of the security forces in a knockings and clappings, where it turns out that he was on the receiving end of some fatal can when the smoke was clear and the battle was won. A firearm was recovered from that criminal element. Now make we zero in upon the criminal element at hand, the one that we are going to focus on today. Now on your screen is Kenrick Campbell. He's more popularly known in the criminal underworld as Wormy. Now Kenrick Campbell aka Wormy is a top tier gang member affiliated to the Tesha Miller-led faction of the Klansman gang. He is one of the top Nakis and Clappis affiliated to Tesha Miller. Now before we get into how him end up losing 3 points yesterday, let me give you a rundown on who really is this criminal element here, presently on your screen, identified as Kenrick Campbell, aka Wormy. Now this criminal element here is not just the regular old Dutty Corna boy as some would have it. This criminal element here is one of the most destructive criminals ever to walk the streets of Spanish Town and surrounding communities. Now I am even more taken back as to the fact that him live so long, because this criminal element here has been wreaking havoc in the St. Catherine North Police Division, more so in Spanish Town and its environs, for somewhere near 20 years. Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure that many of who is listening are probably too young to remember, but the family members and also the community of Lariston, for those who are old enough, will always remember what took place in that community on the 19th of July 2011. Now on your screen is 2 females, a mother and daughter, Charmaine Cover Rattray and her daughter, Joeth Lynch, both of a Lariston address in St. Catherine. Now, these two, their life was taken by Kenrick Campbell, aka Wormy, and his associates in one of the most brutal and horrific manner ever known to us Jamaicans. And for those who are old enough and remember this horrific loss of life, drop some comments in the comment section so the younger ones can understand what me I talk about. Now, Charmaine Cover Rattray and Joeth Lynch lost their lives because of the infame of the dead culture that many of us have embraced. So let me give you a quick rundown as to how they lost their life and the manner in which they lost their lives. So on the 19th of July 2011, they were warned by persons living in their communities that the Don for the community ordered their deaths. It is said that family members went to them who were very much horrified and pleaded that they leave the community. In a report, it stated that Charmaine Rattray stated that she had nowhere to go. And on that night, that horrific night, all hell broke loose as residents heard the cries of the mother and daughter begging for their life, but they dare not even crack their windows to see because they too may be targeted and their lives taken. Now, the criminal element will lose him 3 points. Yesterday we talked about Wormy was among 4 others that went in the dwelling home of the 2 females. This is the dwelling home presently on your screen where they lived. They took off the door, went in, and stated that they are informers and they will be taken out tonight. The mother, Charmaine Rattray, begged for her daughter's life. But instead, what they did, they used a machete to inflict several wounds all over Joette Lynch, leaving her lifeless, and then used a firearm to can up the screaming and terrified mother, Charmaine Rattray, and then used that said machete to inflict several wounds all over her body. Now, the government pathologist reported that Charmaine Rattray lost her life as a result of traumatic shock and the fatal bullet wounds. Her daughter, Joette Lynch, lost her life from traumatic shock and the wounds inflicted by that machete. Not only the fact that they took their lives in such a manner, but before they left the home, they used the said machete to take the heads off the already deceased bodies. Can you imagine, my peeps? And a criminal element like that has lived for so long. A few of his cronies were eventually caught, arrested, charged, and convicted for that particular criminal act. Wormy was also listed as wanted in relation to that particular knockings and clappings, but he denied his involvement. So he eventually got off the case. But during the trial of that particular matter, one of the defendants stated that he was chopped during the whole ordeal, but was taken to the Kingston Public Hospital for treatment by one of the men who was inside the house, who went by the alias of Wormy. Now, this presently on your screen is exactly what one of the defendants stated. He went on to say that the following day he went to the Port Maria Hospital in St. Mary for stitches. So Wormy get way off of that. And he went to prison for a short time, come back out and continued to wreak havoc in the St. Catherine North Police Division. Now, one of his latest fatal knockings and clappings was that of another criminal element affiliated to the now deceased era leader known as Termite. Now, that shooting there go on the 4th of July 2024, right at the Barrett service station along Young Street there so. Right which part then load taxi if you go all boat. The person will end up lose them 3 points. Everybody in a Spanish town know him as Wormy, but his correct name is Antonio Pattison. So we go on and know Wormy in the gas station a collect extortion money on behalf of Termite. So this criminal element here, known as Wormy, and one of theme tap knockers and clappers them known as Cuckoo, roll up on Wormy and dirt him. Yeah, man. So that was because of the ongoing gang war between the Tesha Miller-led faction of Klansman and Termite-led faction of Klansman over the collection of extortion and control over the commercial district in Spanish Town and surrounding areas. So I saw Wormy end up lose 3 points. So after Wormy lose 3 points now, on the 4th of September 2024, sometime around 7 o'clock down in the evening there, the squad of them are roll through the place, right along Port Henderson main road right there so. And when them reach the vicinity of the Team Real HQ bar, them see a group of criminal element in there. So them stop and jump out and juke them down. And a lone can, the man them start beat pan the squad of them. So of course you know so the squad of them are going beat back some can down upon them. So after the smoke clear and the battle had been won, guess who lie down a ground there, spread out like a sheet, no longer among the land of the living. Now they say the criminal element Anthony Campbell, otherwise known as Cuckoo, yeah man, the squad of them take a AG 9mm pistol and an empty magazine off of him. Yeah man, the man breeze cut that pan the squad of them and the squad of them spread him out like a sheet. So right there so now, Wormy get jiggy and decides say I'm gonna lay low for a minute and take away himself out of the place and go hide out in a little spot known as Villa Palm. Right there so, well, nearby Villa Palm Estate in a Spanish town, St. Catherine. So watch this now. I'm pretty sure that the August 11th Cherry Tree Lane massacre, I will not talk about the artist, is still fresh in the minds of everyone. That particular fatal knockings and clappings took the life of 8 and the serious injuries to 10. Now, for those who watch my initial report on the Cherry Tree Lane massacre, would remember that I made mention that the knockings and clappings them in that particular knockings and clappings came from Spanish Town. Now, information is now that Wormy was among the criminal elements from Spanish Town involved in the Cherry Tree Lane knockings and clappings, the fatal knockings and clappings of 8 and the injuring of 10. So this criminal element, I tell my peeps, have been taking the lives of many far and wide because he is also a known contract knockers and clappers. Yeah man. And there is a lot of close ties with criminal elements from Klansman and the criminal elements aligned to those in Maypen, Clarendon. So of course you don't know when man and man meet up a jail, man and man turn friend and them start use each other resources to carry out knockings and clappings in each other's areas just to take the eyes off the criminal elements within their own territories. Yeah, man. So my peeps, yesterday, fatal knockings and clappings of Kenrick Campbell, otherwise known as Wormy, was long overdue. Now, information received by On The Spot News Media would suggest that police personnel went to an area nearby the Villa Palm Estate in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, sometime around 11:30 a.m. yesterday. They were in search of wanted criminal elements and also persons with illegal weapons. It is said that they saw the criminal element, Wormy, and the open gunfire at them. Trust me, it's not the first Wormy engaged the security forces in a firefight. Now, in a bid to save their lives, they took evasive action and returned the fire, hitting the now deceased man, who fell to the ground with a firearm in his hand. It seems as if Wormy forget who Officer Yeman Pick and team is, and the fact that they were trained at the Agriculture College in Portland, where them learn how to plant corn in a Dutty Bwoy tumok. Yeah, man. So after the smoke was clear and the battle had been won, the police personnel retrieved a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 5 live 9mm rounds from the criminal element. He was, however, transported to the Spanish Town Hospital, not in a bid to save his life, but to officially pronounce him, you know what? Yeah, man. So another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. Now, we see a whole heap of talk make by people in a Spanish Town. People who I consider to be criminal sympathizers because, in my view, criminal elements don't have an affiliation, even though they do, but how me see it, criminal are just criminal. But persons are saying right now, say that Superintendent Nicholson and of course his deputy superintendent, the man in charge of operations that are deputy superintendent Tams, just take out the criminal elements who are said to be associated to the People's National Party, and they are leaving criminal elements who is associated to the Jamaica Labour Party. Well, let me tell you this. You see them two man there, Superintendent Nicholson and Deputy Superintendent Tams, are two of the best thing Spanish Town see in a minute. Yeah, man. So, let me give you a quick breakdown. For sure, no say, the ball field level. So from Central Village, go straight back in a Spanish Town and surrounding communities are the real hot spots in the parish of St. Catherine. We do have other hot spots, but those areas are the hottest spots, so to speak. So as it relates to gangsters who are affiliated to the PNP versus gangsters affiliated to the JLP, the count from Central Village will come back in a Spanish Town and its environs, other surrounding communities. The count now stands at PNP 10 gangsters. JLP affiliated criminals stands at 9 gangsters. Do no research. But we also need people to understand why it may seem that way to the eyes of John public. Listen, the Klansman gang is the biggest, is the most powerful and the most destructive criminal organization of all criminal gangs in and around Spanish Town. Yeah, man. So of course, Given the fact that they are the most destructive, that simply means that their criminal elements is wreaking more havoc. So the police are going to definitely target the criminal elements where I commit the most vicious and brutal crimes. So it definitely seems that way to the regular members of Chan Public. But to the police, a criminal is just a criminal. And I'm not saying that you don't have cops within the force, where probably a pick side, But for the most part, I personally don't see it that way there. I feel that the police in Spanish Town do a really good job, better than most over the years in terms of cleaning up the streets and getting rid of some of these criminal elements. What I would like for the private sector and other government entities to do now is step in and help the police to get rid of the criminals from extorting the business owners. And I would love to see the business owners in Spanish Town come on board with the police and the citizenry and stop fund these criminal organizations. Because the quote-unquote business people, the ones that wear them shirt and tie and say that, oh, I am not a criminal, I am a businessman. A phone money, a phone extortion money where UNWA pay. I fund these criminal organizations over the years. I phone money make criminal element like Blackman, Tesha Miller and those before them, Bunman from Wanada and all of them criminal element they coming up to the day to Tickman. I phone money make them criminal elements they rose to prominence and got so powerful. I don't need for own phone part of what you see happening in the parish of St. Catherine. Yeah, man. So with that said, my peeps, the squad of them, I do them best. Right now, the members of Chan Public need to join forces with the squad of them and continue their relentless efforts in ridding Spanish Town and surrounding communities and the St. Catherine North and South Police Division by extension of these criminal elements. Yeah, man, whether it be JLP or PNP affiliated criminal elements, they all must go. Walk out or chalk out, depending on what they decide to do when Officer Yeman Pick and team come pay them a visit. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.